Welcome to the latest installment of a series that we like to call That Leslie Sound.
In this series, we're going to attempt to cover every Leslie pedal on the used and the new market. If you want to know more about what pedals are in the series, click on the card above to watch the series opener.
And if you want to know what That Leslie Sound is, click on the card that will take you to a YouTube playlist that you'll hear many famous songs that use That Leslie Sound. Welcome to the series. Today, That Leslie Sound is brought to you by the Tech 21 Roto Choir, and the beard's going to let you know what it sounds like.
That was the Tech 21 Roto Choir, brought to you in glorious stereo. Start off right off the bat with a shout out to Tech 21, because when we sat down to record this in stereo, we found out real quick that there was a broken pot. The level pot, the stereo pot, was broken. So when it was down kind of lower, both amps would work. When you got up about the middle, one of the amps would cut out, and it would pop and crack. And so reached out to them, told them what we were doing with the series and stuff. They said, send it back. We sent it back. They fixed it for free. And I paid to ship it there and back. But, they fixed it for free, put a new pot in it, put it on the bench, tested it out. So that's customer service.
Shipped it back in a box, got it back in a new tin.
Yeah. So that's customer service, and we really appreciate it, Tech 21. All right, so let's talk about the features real quick. We have a level knob, pretty self-explanatory. Turn it up, it gets louder. We have a high and a low knob. They add highs and lows. I think they actually will add high, so it's not just cutting highs and lows. You can actually add them as well. There is a drive knob. The higher you turn the drive knob up, the more drive you add. The position knob is doing mic placement, your virtual mic placement, how close the mic is. All the way to the left, you're pulling the mic away. It's farther away. All the way to the right, you're putting the mic closer. So you get those gaps in between waveforms, which gives you that kind of like pulsing sound. Top speed. Your speed is set to vintage Leslie specs for the slow speed. And then you can adjust the top speed a little bit with the top speed knob. The ramp on this pedal is also
Based on 122.
Right, based on vintage Leslie specs. Two more buttons, and these I am going to read because we have a Biamped. Is that the Biamped?
On that side.
This is the Biamped. So on the Biamped, sorry for reading to you, the Biamp switch in the up position equals a Leslie 125 or Fender Vibratone style single speaker mode with bottom rotor only engaged. So that's right. And then if we push that button in, it's a 122 style Biamped mode where the low and the high rotors turn in opposite directions and at different rates. So really, it's probably like a Vibratone's Leslie 16, same thing, rebranded Leslie 16. So if we have that up, we have one single speaker sound of spinning. Push it in, we get the horns and stuff. We often land on that 122, 145, something with both going.
Yeah, which is how we have it set right now.
Right. And then if we go over to the other little push button, we have a speaker sim. The speaker simulation is an integral part of the circuitry that completes the full experience of the vintage Leslies. It's designed with an inherently erratic and irregular peaks, valleys, and notches to give you that familiar, unique, raspy grind to engage, push the switch in. If desired, you can defeat the speaker stimulation by disengaging it, so the up position. This will give you a more neutral sound of the time delay effect, only so you can achieve just a spinning speaker effect through your amp. Simply set the EQ flat and the drive at minimum with speaker sim off.
And I think we want to turn it on because we're going to play amps that we have set for other things. Like this is a pedal on our pedal board.
Right.
So we're not going to drastically change the amp to accommodate this. So both of them are engaged in the two sections you just read.
Right. So lots of features. Of course, we have the on and off, and we have a faster slow switch, and then we have stereo outs on it. So you can run it stereo, and we showed you stereo in the beginning. Did I say about that with the headbuds?
One of the times.
I don't know.
We're not sure if it was before or after the crash.
Right. So if you watch the beginning thing without headphones on your phone, find the pair of headphones or plug it in the speaker somewhere. Because it sounds really nice the way it runs the stereo.
Or earbuds if you can't find them. Or if you have one headbuds. One question I hate to
let it go.
I love it though. It's great. It's great. I wish it was me. Those are the features.
Those are the features.
Ta-da.
Yeah. So what we typically do is have you play the Leslie riff we're using in every video in mono. Let you play through dry. We'll kick it on in fast. Switch it to slow.
Yep. Supro Hampton and a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. Some reverb sounds like this.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, nice sounding pedal. So what do we want to do? I think we could probably do the high and the low at the same time. We'll leave them both about noon where they're at. You start playing, I'll roll the low all the way down, middle, all the way up, go back to the middle, roll the high all the way down, middle, and all the way up.
And maybe I'll play the other thing we play sometimes. I think maybe without all the choppiness, you might be able to hear that a little bit better.
All right. And we'll do that on fast? I think
Yeah,
fast.
it's probably the most exaggerated, right? When you turn that high up, it was like put our head in the speaker. Hey, what's going on in here? Oh, there's some horns spinning past my head.
It definitely adds.
Yeah.
It's not just cutting. It
Right.
definitely adds. When you turn that bass all the way up, you could hear it increase. Same thing. Let's jump to the balance. No, the position.
Okay.
So we're going to go all the way to the left to start, and that should be farthest away. And then we'll roll through that so you can hear the difference. it all the way up, I did want to switch it to slow because I feel like on the slow with it all the way up, close as you can get, you can really hear it. It almost becomes tremolo-y.
Maybe that's why I like it, because on other pedals where you can split it and you can change the rate, or the closeness, I'm sorry, I like the slow up close and the fast farther away. And that's probably why. You probably just explained to me why I like it, because it sounds like a tremolo. Stay tuned.
Right.
BTW.
Top speed, I guess we could do it on fast. One thing this is missing, since it's not being made anymore. No matter, I mean, Tech 21 was so
Send it
nice.
back. Maybe they'll mod it for you.
Right. Maybe they'll mod it for. I should have asked. Notice the light's been solid the whole time. So, like right now, is it slow or is it fast?
Right.
So now you can hear it the second you start playing, but that's. And this is a rather older pedal, so that might be kind of a newer feature with LEDs to be able to do that a little bit easier.
That's actually a lightning bug in there.
So this would be the slowest fast.
Even at the top speed, it's not give me some Dramamine and
Right.
let me get off this ride.
Some of them get ridiculous.
Yeah, they
but
do.
That one sounds pretty good. We need to do the game, but I think it would be interesting, and if we don't do it, somebody maybe will be upset with us, just to hear what it sounds like with the speaker sim out and with the Biamped out.
Okay.
So, why don't you play whatever, and then I'll pop that out for the second pass.
Okay.
Then I'll put it back in and pop out the Biamp for the second pass too.
All right. In the room, to my ear, and maybe our ear, both of them pressed in, just makes it such more dynamic.
I will say that there are people that like the Leslie 16 sound, especially if you're going for like the Stevie Ray Vaughan thing. If you're doing like the cold shot Stevie Ray Vaughan thing, that's a Leslie 16, no horns. So taking the Biamped out gets you the Leslie 16.
Right.
So like Neo Instruments put out the two microvibe pedals, one's a 16, one's a 122. You kind of get both of those in this pedal.
Right.
A lot of the pedals we've looked at have done that. The Fender's done that. Electro Harmonics. You could probably name some other ones. The Boss, I think, maybe did that. So that might be a nice feature if you're looking for that Leslie 16 thing, that you could do both of these with that. The only thing we haven't done is the drive. So we could start with the drive all the way off on, and we're going to do the drive. It's our show. We're going to do it on slow.
Right.
Right?
I always like to joke David Gilmour shows up somewhere in this part.
Right.
That.
Well, I'll get a text from my wife here shortly.
I feel like aliens came down and hit us with a giant flanger.
Stuff was falling off the amp. The Tech 21 tin fell off the amp.
Thank God we have a second one.
Right. So
we dented that one. That's a drive that, as you were trying to compensate, right? As the drive went up, the level had to come down to keep it mildly sane.
Yeah.
And maybe you could dial something up if you wanted that edge on there and you didn't want to throw a different type of drive on it. It would take a little bit of tweaking. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounded good, though.
Yeah. It's one of the more dramatic ones of the pedals that we've tried.
But I think still usable, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, not...
Oh, yeah. It's hot, but it's definitely cool. It's definitely rock and roll.
So, I think we did everything.
I think we did.
The Roto Choir by Tech 21. Only on the used market, but definitely, I think, a contender if you're looking for something to put on your board to get that Leslie sound. I mean, I like this one too.
And again, start out the episode by big shout out to them. Mad props for them taking that, sending it back, fixing it, discharging us, shipping on a pedal that's not made anymore, on a pedal that you're not the original owner. They made it right. It says a lot about Tech 21. They make other great gear as well. But,
lots of great stuff.
Yeah.
So, new content every Wednesday and Saturday at noon. Those are premieres. So we're hanging out. One of us or both of us are hanging out watching with you. If you have questions or you just want to chat with us, we'd love to hang out with you. That's why we do the channel. Right. Some more Leslie stuff to come, but not only Leslie stuff to come. And this series, we have a handful more to record, and we might actually wrap this series up eventually.
Before my beard's as long as his.
Right. With some cool bonus material hopefully coming soon too. So please subscribe, click like, hit the notifications to catch the new Leslie stuff as it comes out and everything else we're doing. Please stop by Instagram and Facebook and follow us there at PJ in the Beard, because we're kind of previewing things and asking questions and getting ready for, I don't know, maybe another series. So
taking stuff from other people's things and putting out that we think are funny, little memes. We're not creating memes, we just share them.
So with that,
yes. I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.